Welcome to Geoff Schwartz's Smartly. Geoff Schwartz Smartly, presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. It is Friday, December 19th. I am Geoff Schwartz alongside Matt Ford. We're going to preview all of Week 16 of the National Football League, Matt. But for maybe the first time ever, we have to talk about Thursday Night Football in what was an epic game last night between the Seahawks and the Rams, 38-37 for Seattle. I think we both were on the Rams yesterday. I had them plus 1.5, which I got lucky there to cover in the end. Or did I get lucky? I don't really know. You had the Rams, I think, on the money line as well. But first and foremost, buddy, how are you doing? Good to see your face again.
Good to see you, bud. I told you off air we had our holiday party, our Blue Duck Media holiday party last night, which was topped off by a very special contribution from you specifically. We can talk about that maybe at the end of the show, but long, fun night. It was at a karaoke bar in Manhattan Beach, so I can't say I was as locked into the game as probably you were, and I wish I was.
Yeah.
But a good night. How are you doing?
Well, congratulations on Employee of the Year.
Thank you.
That was awesome. I had about 4 minutes to record that video. I'm sorry I did it from the car that I was in going to the airport. I wonder if the driver, when I left the car, was like, told him, like, this guy took 10 takes to make that video. What is wrong with him?
It had to be worth it. But I won this sweet ass belt. And Sam,
yeah?
you can take me full if you're able to. This belt, we give it out when to the winner of this award every quarter. And I took this to the bar last night and sang at least 2 karaoke songs with it strapped on. So thank you for Jeff made a little video congratulating me. This is a good shout out if you're watching. We're doing this. We're doing a real version of this, the Ducky Awards, where we're recognizing people's work. You can check that out on our website. But for the company, that's mine. That's mine, Daddy-O. At least for 3 months.
Good for you, man. I'm happy for you. You're certainly very, very deserving. I don't know if Seattle was deserving to win last night, buddy.
Yeah,
and they did. And one thing we're not going to do on this podcast is pretend that Sam Darnold was good last night, because that's what the internet seems to be doing, Matt, for some odd reason. And I don't get it. He threw 2 horrendous interceptions in this game. And one that the Rams eventually scored on immediately, and one that should have sealed the game. After the interception, it's 30-14 by Turner, a defensive tackle out of all players who dropped into coverage. The Rams had a 99% chance to cover that game. Now, they ended up covering the game anyways, but at that point, the game should have been over. Now, credit the Seattle defense for locking down the Rams offensively. The Rams have now blown multiple games this year with multiple big leads. They did to Philly. They did it last night. It's becoming a trend of theirs. Well, they don't have the 1 seed. That's why. But the thing that is the most, to me, indicting of Sam Darnold, the way that Seattle feels about him, is the game is 30-30. Okay. The Rams missed a field goal with about 2 minutes. I think it was actually right before the 2-minute warning. The Rams missed a field goal. Okay. So now it's 30-30. All Seattle has to do is go get in field goal range at any point and win the game. That's all they have to do. All right. So think about that. The ball's at the Seattle 38-yard line. So what's that? 48, right? To the 42, like 20 yards, Matt, like 20 yards to get in the field goal range ish, something right? Like that. Yep. That's about it, right? It's all you need. They go 2-yard run, screen pass, punt. That's how much they trust Sam Darnold. They run a screen after a 2-minute timeout, after a 2-minute warning. So I just don't trust. I just don't trust it. Like they're untrustworthy because they don't trust their quarterback. And yeah, Sam Darnold played well on the final drive when he had to play well. He was forced into being better because he had to be better. And we can't ignore the way he played the first 60 minutes of this game. It wasn't very good. And the idea that winning the game at the end somehow absolved the rest of the game, to me, is the wrong way to look at it. I'll tell you right now, Seattle goes to Carolina next week. You go to San Francisco in week 18. That game, believe it or not, week 18 could be for the 1 seed. San Francisco and Seattle, Matt.
That's so crazy.
I cannot wait to bet the 49ers in that game. I will be all over the 49ers in that game. The Niners, by the way, control their own destiny, which They're 10-4 right now. Colts on Monday night. Got the Bears at home though, and then host the Seahawks. So Wild NFC, the Rams to me, even after this game, not to me, but to they're still the Super Bowl favorites, and they might be the 6th seed right now.
That is so insane. It's crazy. I mean, I think the Rams now have 2 Thursday night losses in like really brutal fashion to division opponents. They lost one earlier this year to the Niners. I think that, I mean, these games I feel like you kind of do have to take them with a grain of salt on Thursdays, right? And I mean, the Devontae Adams injury seemed to be really big. Obviously, that wouldn't have helped them not give up 38 points. But
yeah,
the other thing that I told you I didn't watch much of the game, but does it feel a bit like this year there have been more like punt return touchdowns than any year ever? Like it feels like special teams have made like a much different sized impact this year than in
so
recent
Seattle
years.
did score in special teams, right? They had a couple explosive plays that got to the end zone. That long touchdown run, a long screen on the first drive. How about this though? Stat of the night: NFL teams who allow 425 yards, the Rams had nearly 600, allow more than 31 points, turn the ball over 3+ times. The Seahawks were -3 in turnovers in this game, and 4-0 turnovers were 0 and 198 in NFL history. They're now 1 and 198. I just don't buy Seattle. I just don't buy. To be fair, I don't buy a lot of teams, Matt. I don't buy any of them.
I know.
For the most part, but I don't buy Seattle. There are teams I just can't wait to bet against in the postseason. Seattle will be one of those teams. We can get to that at another point. But Matt, we have 2 games tomorrow on Saturday between 2 division opponents. One is out of the playoffs, unfortunately. Then we have the second game that's hugely important. So let's start with the first game tomorrow between the Eagles and Commanders.
Yeah, rough sketch, by the way. I think there have been 18 punt return touchdowns this year, if I just did the math right. And I think there were 6 last year.
Wow.
That might not be exactly right, but it's close. I'm just counting by hand. Okay, yeah. The first game is, as you said, is tomorrow with my stupid team. The Commanders are +7.
Yeah.
Hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Can you please talk first?
Well, the Eagles had the Raiders medicine, which makes every offense look better.
Yep.
And so I don't know what to believe in them. The Commanders are sitting Jay Downs for that season, which makes a lot of sense, Matt. So the question is, are the Commanders going to give a shit?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of think they are.
And can Eagles do enough if they don't care to make this? 7 points is a lot. I mean, what's this, 3 if Daniels plays?
Yeah, it's a good question. I do think, I mean, it's yes, the Commanders don't have a ton to play for, obviously. The Eagles, though, like, they have Buffalo next week. They have the Commanders again. The division's pretty much done, or is it officially done at this point? Like, this is one of those just like...
if Dallas wins out and Philly loses out, Dallas can win the division.
That's right. So I don't think the Eagles are like going to necessarily have their foot on the gas. Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson are out.
Yep.
Tunsil's probably not going to play, but it's like honestly the one injury Washington can withstand, given their depth at offensive line. I don't hate this, but I don't like it. But we are getting a good number. It's been like 6.5 all week.
I mean, we'll put it in the maybes. I mean, I don't really.
They're not going to win.
No, but but it's the NFL. It's weird. Also, tomorrow, college football playoffs. I don't know how much I'll be tuned into some of these games.
To a meaningless Eagles.
I'm going to watch the night game, though, is being played at the same time as my Oregon Ducks. Hopefully, Oregon is up 21-0 by the time kickoff for this game. Because it's certainly possible between the Bears and the Packers. Are these games on streaming too tomorrow? Like they're not on. No, they're on Fox. So good. I can do the split screen. If they're on streaming, you need 2 separate TVs, right? But they're on Fox. I actually remember I saw Greg Olson on my flight to New York this week, and he was talking to me about like this is a week where sort of Fox wants to see the pull they have in these games versus the cultural playoff games. So
interesting.
But what's also true is that the 2 later games for college football playoffs are featuring the 2 G5 teams, and they're both on TNT. So I would imagine that Packers Bears for the division is going to rate pretty well, Matt. What are your thoughts on this game? Bears favored by 1.5.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. I mean, it's interesting that it seems all on DraftKings, 63% of the bets are on the Bears. I I think I like the Packers, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I really think
Well,
there's an edge in this one.
here's the thing about the Packers, right? So they played this game a couple weeks ago. The Packers won. Remember, Williams threw an interception. They were driving to tie the game at the end. First half of that game, the Packers defense stymied Williams, and Williams came alive the second half. And there was really part of the reason why there was no pass rush. Now, Bears fans will tell you, like, they held Micah Parsons, which is certainly possible. But guess what? Micah Parsons is not playing, Matt. He's out for the season.
Yep.
And this, to me, was the most impactful injury we saw last week. Not the Mahomes injury, because the Chiefs weren't going to make it anyways. But Parsons is such a big deal for them, so important for that defense. Did you see Ryan Clark say it was Bo Nix's fault that Michael Parsons got hurt because Bo Nix was like running out of the pocket? It's a very weird framing of his injury. I mean, sure, he was running out of the pocket. It's just an odd take. Like, why? What does Bo Nix have to do with anything? Like, it could have been me and you running out of the pocket. He could have torn his ACL. It was a very interesting take, but nonetheless, the Packers. I I just man. Like, what scares you about this team when you watch them play? I
It's a great point.
nothing, right? Nothing.
I kind of feel that way about both teams, don't you?
Well, the Bears. So here's the thing about the Bears: they're going to run the ball. Like, they're going to run the ball. Williams, you see completing 60% of passes, not great. They're going to run the ball though. Like, their offensive line, most rushing attempts in the NFL. Like, it's a good offensive line. They invest in the offensive line. They're going to run the football, Matt. Is that enough to win and cover this game? I don't know. I lean Packers here. I liked Denver last week. That game made sense to me. But this one, I don't have a great feel for anything. To be fair, I don't like a ton this week, but we'll get into the rest of the games as we go here.
Yeah, Packers. Matt LaFleur, unbelievable in December, 21-5 straight up, only 14-11 and one against the spread. Yeah, I just don't think there's a great edge here because I think, the Parsons injury obviously is a huge factor. The fact I think that this isn't a bigger number for the Bears with all of the money on them and all the bets is a bit of a flag, but the Bears are a good team and they're well coached. Like I'm not surprised.
No, Ben Johnson's done a great job. All right, Matt, you want to take our first break here before we get into the 1 o'clock slate? We've been yabbering for a little bit. Let's take a quick break here. We'll get 1 o'clock slate, 4 o'clock slate, and we'll hit the rest of the primetime games. All right, we're back. Our break has been concluded. Let's get to the first of the 1 o'clock games, Matt.
Yeah, let's start with Buffalo at Cleveland.
Let's not.
96% of the money line bets are on the Bills. What could go wrong?
No chance. No. The Browns are just the only thing to watch about this game is, like, can Myles Garrett get the sack record? Like, what's going to happen in this game? And the Browns are just have been poor for weeks. No chance. Not touching this game.
No chance. There's like the Bills are just so banged up. They're coming off of a huge win where everyone saw them.
You really want to put Cleveland in the maybes?
Can it be our first eliminated? Because if we don't have 5, then we might find this one useful. But
okay.
I mean, they're terrible. But this is like, so who does, like, Buffalo just...
They have Eagles next week, right?
Yeah, they have the Eagles next week, and then they have...
Jets.
The Jets. So this, I don't know. This could be a bit of a letdown after the big win, and then go.
Can I just say, I don't really. Everyone will, when they preview the postseason, they say, "Well, Josh Allen, like, I trust Josh Allen for the postseason to play well. I trust Josh Allen. I trust the Bills." I don't know, man. They have to win only one way because they can't get any stops on defense. I don't trust teams that have to win one way. I really don't. And so they have to, the last 4 wins are what, 44-32 and 39-34, 35-31. That to me is not a successful playoff team. I mean, it's certainly possible because Josh Allen is the best quarterback right now in the NFL. He's playing that way, but I just don't buy him, Matt. Now, if they have the 1 seed, I feel a lot better about it, which they might get. They might end up with the 1 seed, but a wild card team with a bad defense, I'm out on that.
Yeah, and they're banged up. They need a lot to go right for them to win games. Yeah, I mean, I don't love this one, but I do think it's just it feels a little bit too easy. All right, how about the Chargers at the Cowboys? This will be a fun game.
Yeah,
Cowboys are laying 1.5. The Chargers stunned me last week by beating the Chiefs
me
pretty handily. Yep, not you. Do you like them to win this week in Dallas?
I do. I do.
I do too.
There's a 2.5 out there if you would like, as well. Um, so we can play two, whatever you think here. So the reason I like them is a couple things. One is their defense has played really well. It's a good defense. And offensively, they have a rhythm and a pace about them. They're able to just control line of scrimmage. Even though their offense line's not great. They went to Kansas City and just had this like, we're going to have big guys just run at you, run at you, run at you. But more importantly, Matt, the NFL community, for whatever reason, decided the Cowboys defense has been better since the trade of Quinn Williams.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, it absolutely stinks. They're 31st in DVOA. They've allowed 44 points to the Lions, 34 to J.J. McCarthy, 28 to the Chiefs because the Eagles played, offense didn't play well for a half. It's like, oh, the Cowboys, they stink on defense. And the Chargers, I think, are just going to play. Last week, you can make the case that maybe this week they're too emotional off that big Chiefs win. But I think they're just a good football team. They're physical, they're tough, and they're going to be ready to play this Cowboys team. They can't stop a nosebleed, man. So I'll let the Chargers cover this game. I'll take the 2.5.
Love that. Yeah, I'm with it. I think Dallas, weirdly not good after a loss at home, 13, 18, and 1 with Dak. That's against the spread in that spot. I think the Chargers are like a very consistent team. Like they kind of have the same style every week, like the same kind of game every week. They're pretty reliable, and Dallas is just so up and down. Weird, like strange year for the AFC West, NFC East run. The Chargers lost to the Commanders and Giants and beat the Eagles. It's just kind of a weird cross matchup here. Yeah, I think that the Chargers are a pretty resilient team, and this is like, Dallas could show up and put up 45 points, but I don't know. I don't see it. They've looked a little bit. Their defense obviously is a problem, and they are super banged up. Like their injury report this week is crazy. Quinn Williams, you mentioned, has a concussion, so he might not even play.
Yeah.
Javonte, CD, Trayvon Diggs, like just a ton of injuries. So I think this is a pretty, especially if we're getting a good number at 2.5, let's absolutely put this one in the mix.
Quickly, because I actually forgot about this earlier. I know it's out of order, but I just have to say it really quick. So I'm looking at, on screen, I'm looking at social media quickly. I saw someone tweet about the 2-point conversion play last night. I totally forgot to mention this off the top, Matt. Did you see that? Did you see that play?
I did, yeah.
Okay. This is my least favorite thing about replay in any sport. All right. Replay review is supposed to fix egregious mistakes. That's what it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to nitpick every single play that happens and overturn the call on the field. So for those who missed it, the Seahawks were down 30-28, attempted a 2-point play. Darnold attempted to throw the ball backwards. It was deflected by Rams defensive end, and it was ruled incomplete. The officials signaled incomplete. The whistle was blown, and the ball sort of just meandered into the end zone. And one of the Seahawks players, not really like intentionally went to pick it up. He just like walked over and picked it up. Like it was clear he wasn't going to recover the football, Matt.
Yeah.
They reviewed the play. They determined the ball was backwards, barely if it was. And the Seahawks converted a 2-point attempt on that play. And I just failed to see how replay review in that spot made the game better, and how the purpose of that replay review is supposed to do that. Everyone stopped because you still an incomplete pass. Like you see the official, they're still an incomplete pass. The rule is that whistle or no whistle, if the ball is deemed to be live, players can go pick it up and the result of the play will stand upon review. But if everyone stopped moving because you called it dead, Matt, the play's over. Like what are the Rams supposed to do? You see an incomplete pass, right? The whistle blown. They think the play is over, and Charbonnet just casually just like picks the ball up, and you give him 2 points for that.
Very strange. That's such a key moment too.
Also, too, like another thing. So the idea is like if the play is not over, even if the whistle blows, if there might be a live ball. If I'm an offensive lineman, am I allowed to go blast someone after the whistle who's trying to recover the football? Or am I getting penalized for that?
Of course you are. Yeah.
No, I'm not. They're going to call me for a penalty, Matt.
Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
So I just, it feels not consistent with how we officiate the game. I know the rule. I just don't like it. Like that play to me is not the spirit of replay review. I have the same thoughts in baseball when they replay review when their catcher's foot was on home plate when they stretch to catch a ball. Like the plate is not raised like the other bases.
Right.
If the ball beats the runner there, he's out. He's out. What are we doing? Like no, his cleat just like was he's out. He's out.
Right.
He's out. You know, like I don't think that's the point of replay. I don't think the point of replay review is to take a bad Seahawks play, played well by the Rams, deflected the pass, you called incomplete, everyone stopped moving, Seattle gets 2 points. Like that to me is not the point of replay review, Matt.
Yeah. Which ended up being like insanely critical for like who's going to host a playoff game.
Yeah,
I actually like was watching it on mute and was like, what are they even reviewing? Like, if it was a backwards pass, like who cares? Like the play was over. Like it didn't even make sense to me that they were even reviewing it in the first place. I think sometimes like they should just. I mean, that was it was a scoring play, so I guess they had to initiate the review. But like, I feel like in those ones, they should just go with the. They should go with.
Well, it wasn't scoring play because no one scored. So the replay review should have been called by Seattle.
But the officials reviewed it, right? Maybe it was like under.
Well, it's one of those sky judges.
Oh, interesting. Well, I think in those moments, it's sort of like when you don't need a replay. It's sort of like when you have like a thing you want to bring up with your spouse and you know it's going to like ruin the next hour. And you're like, maybe I'm just not going to do that right now. Like you kind of just like got to get the vibe of the whole stadium and be like, no one's clamoring for a replay here. Like, let's just leave it. I feel like there's just some common sense that might be needed. Like some of these catches where it's like, dude, it was a catch. Like did he get a blade of grass down? Like, I don't know. Everyone in the crowd's cheering, even the visitors, you know, like sometimes you just got to go with the vibe.
There's a tweet here. Imagine being drunk in the stadium and the ref announcing the worst play you've ever seen was actually worth 2 points for your team.
Yeah, or against your team. That's definitely worse. It was a very weird moment. I agree.
Sorry, I forgot to mention at the top. You can maybe put this in the top if you would like. But all right,
I should have brought it up.
We're on the Chargers. Let's get to another game, Matt.
The one in your backyard, the Bucks and the Panthers for the start for the NFC South.
You're gonna
Panthers
hate.
+3.
You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me.
You like them?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh boy. Okay.
So the Panthers had basically won and lost back-to-back weeks now for 8 weeks straight. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Now, that's not why you take them after a Saints loss, but that's a game they shouldn't have lost, up 17-10. And the officials said that a play that was reviewed that led to a punt should have been a first down, and that would have given them the ball 2 minutes left. Like the game would have been over. They would have been up. The game would not have over. They would have had an opportunity to go down the field and kick a game-winning field goal. That would have put the ball on the Carolina 41. 2 minutes left. Like you get 20 yards for a first down, right? For a field goal. They probably win the game if they call that correctly, but they didn't. So that's life. But more importantly, Matt, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are horrendous right now. They are a bad football team. And I have trouble this year with power ratings. I feel like just the Vegas hasn't adjusted enough to teams not playing well this season. Like the Chiefs are still power rated high. I don't get it. The last 6 games for the Bucs have followed. 5-point loss to the Patriots. The game wasn't even that close. 12-point loss to the Bills. 34-7 loss to the Rams. I remember Mayfield got hurt in that game. A 3-point win against the Cardinals, lost the Saints, lost the Falcons. Todd Bowles after the game, 7 F-bombs. Like I don't see it, Matt. I don't see it. So I'll take Panthers +3. I get 3 points with a Panthers team that tends to play better off a loss. There's a lot at stake in this game. Tampa Bay has not played terrible. They're super injured as well. Mayfield the non-throwing shoulder. I like the Panthers, man.
Yeah, fair enough. I had a feeling you were going to I don't have a strong reason not to take them other than like
You just don't bet in
the
Carolina.
Bucks just feel like they're gonna turn this around more than the Panthers.
Are they
to
though?
me.
Like what? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, it's just Evans came back and their offense did look a lot better. Mayfield has really just been playing really poorly since like what October. Like he hasn't really put a good game together in quite a while, but they at least look competent. But I look, the Falcons to me were just like a totally dead team last week, and the Bucks re-energized them, and now like Drake London's coming back, and like they're gonna they're gonna at least try to put some good stuff on tape now, just because of that win. But yeah, I mean the Panthers. Look, if you take the Panthers, you want to take them as home dogs. Like this is definitely the spot to take Bryce Young. So I don't think they're getting a lot of respect. I think the Derek Brown's been playing really well. Like the run defense has been really good. So I'm fine. I think this the only thing that worries me obviously is the Bucks obviously just have the DNA and they get this long rest. But Baker's actually worse off extended rest. They're 1-2 against the spread this season with extra prep time. Todd Bowles 12-17-1. So maybe it's a good spot to fade the Bucks, who I will say I don't think they deserve to be road favorites to anybody. Like even the Falcons. So all right, Panthers +3. We're in. Oh boy. All right, we've got this game. What a strange number this is. The Vikings are 2.5-point road favorites at the Giants. Jackson Dart, noted running back according to Dan Quinn. Oh boy. What do you think of that?
I mean, that's what he is. He runs the ball a ton. He said he'd be concussion checked 5 times this year.
Yeah, really, really frightening. They need a really good coach there. He deserves like a Ben Johnson.
I don't have much for this game though.
I don't either. Our friend Chris Raybon is on the Giants, but
I'm not surprised. But
lots of Vikings offensive line injuries, but I don't see it.
Giants are dead in my opinion.
Yeah, they're dead. Okay. Bengals Dolphins. Probably not much here either.
Tua. I mean, here's the thing though. The Bengals defense is really bad. Why are they 4.5-point favorites on the road?
Yeah, that's a very fair point. I guess because it's Quinn Ewers. Can I just say, look, can I say something?
Well, no one's watching, so go ahead.
Sam's watching. Maybe. Mike McDaniel has done a pretty good job of not getting blamed for everything that's gone on with the Dolphins. Like, isn't it pretty interesting? They fired the GM midseason. When does that happen? No one ever fires the GM in the middle of the season. Like, you just run the team. And now we're benching Tua, who, like, he obviously has vouched for many times. And, like, but McDaniel doesn't feel like he's in danger of getting fired, like, at all. He has, like, cleanly escaped all of the blame, and it's all put on, like, well, we just had the wrong guy picking the players, and this was one of the players he picked who clearly that was the wrong choice, even though, like, we as a team agreed to give him, like, a $60 million a year contract. Are you, like, a little impressed? I feel like this is, like, one of the underrated stories of the years. Mike McDaniel is just, like, walking out of a giant, shitstorm, just uncovered.
Do you think he's going to survive the season? I don't know, man.
I think they would have fired him. I mean, why did they fire the GM and not him?
Who's their quarterback next year? I hope it's Quinn Ewers.
What if it's Kyler?
I thought about that, but you're going to pay Kyler Murray when you have $90 million dead money on Tua?
Do they trade for each other? Does that make sense?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't know who benefits. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're one of those teams in the draft that takes a swing. And McDaniel does like the Dayball thing where he's like, give me a year with this year's Jackson Dart. I don't know. I just am really impressed that he's not like no one is talking about him as a guy who's going to get fired and like, oh, maybe he should be an offensive coordinator. Like I think he's going to survive, which is impressive.
I was talking to my brother about just like, what if the Chiefs fire Andy Reid? I don't think it's going to happen.
No way.
What if they did? There's just not a lot of candidates.
Right.
Like last year would have been the year.
Yeah, get Vrabel or Johnson or
correct.
Yeah,
because it looks like Liam Cohen knows what he's doing too. Like there's like seems like this class was good.
Yeah.
There's not even like one guy right now. You're like, oh, you know what? That's it's just like not. And maybe the Dolphins ownership looked at that and decided that's why they're doing it this way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're not hiring Brian Flores. He's probably the hot coaching candidate.
No, they're
It'll
not.
not be him.
All right, let's move along
this game, right?
to the let's move along to the we're just gonna skip the next game too, so don't worry unless you really like the Jets or Saints.
Jets and Saints, I do not like either side, but we can talk about this last 1 o'clock.
Yeah, because I'm gonna force you to do this though.
Okay. The Chiefs are 3-point road favorites at the Titans.
Yeah. Okay, so
you like the Titans?
Yeah, this is my favorite bet of the week.
Kind of an easy one.
Look, just from the base perspective, okay. It's the first time Chiefs are out of the postseason since 2014, and I understand that there's pride, right? Like their talking team is playing right now for pride. The Chiefs are trying to win the Super Bowl this season. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not a pride. They've played their pride games before. This is not a pride. Like this is just not. They're going to have no juice for this game whatsoever. They're just not. Okay. So from that base perspective, think about that. They're potentially down offensive tackle 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Because Jalen Moore did not practice this week, who's the third tackle. Trey Smith, full participation, both. He might play the right guard, but like again, we'll see. Hollywood Brown participated, which is good. So he might play. Rashee Rice did not practice, concussion, so he might not play. Trent McDuffie might not play. So Chris Jones hurt his hamstring, might not play. So all their best players might not play. And Patrick Mahomes not going to play in this game. And it's not like the offense was averaging 35 points a game and you put in Gardner Minshew and you score 24 points, Matt. The offense stinks. It stinks. And now you add in a worse quarterback. So look, Tennessee, they're feisty, man. They play hard. And here's the thing too. Tennessee is going to treat this game like the Chiefs are still good because it's the Chiefs.
Yep.
So I think the Chiefs lose. I think they flat out lose. I got 3.5 this week. It's 3 now. You got to do it when you can. But I like them +3, Tennessee +3.
And Titans +150 on the money line. I agree. It's unfortunate we have to make this bet, but we do. I'm really curious what happens with Travis Kelce for the rest of this season.
We already hit his overs, so
we hit his overs. I looked to see what his receiving props were for this game. There's not even another Chiefs player on the board. There's 3 Titans you could bet on at DraftKings right now as we record this, and he's the only Chiefs receiver on the board because of all the injuries.
But was he hit this week? He might come back for 1 more year.
I mean, it just feels kind of strange that he would go out on a team that's like going to finish 7-10 or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, this is something I thought about too. Like these stories all end. Like Tom Brady's last game was that playoff game against Dallas, where it's like it's not going to end like this, and they lost by like 40 points to the Cowboys.
Even his last game in New England, lost to the Titans.
Right, with a pick 6.
Yeah,
it was just like, ugh, like the endings are not always clean.
No,
so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Why don't we take our next break here before we get into the late slate?
All right, we're back from our break. Let's get into the late slate here. Not a lot of games I love, but there are a couple here.
Couple that caught my eye, buddy. Falcons, Cardinals. This was not one of them. The Cardinals are +3 at home.
Hard pass.
Revitalized Falcons. Yeah, it would be Cardinals or bust, which is a hard pass. Okay, Steelers at Lions.
Ooh, let's see. Are we back in the Mike Tomlin underdog by touchdown on the road?
Why are the Lions favored by 7?
No idea.
Why? Why is that a thing?
I feel like you got to take Pittsburgh here, right?
Yeah, we got to take Pittsburgh if we're involved here. Like this does feel like one of those games that the Lions could just completely run away with it, but
why?
Because the Steelers stink.
They are not very. They're still not very good.
They just keep surviving. Like every single week, the Steelers. It's like, I guess they're just gonna win again. Like
it's insane.
Weirdly, Tomlin He's better when he's a smaller underdog. He's 13, 11, and 1 against the spread as a 6 point or more underdog. Um, as it gets, he's worse as the number goes up. Aaron Rodgers also not great as a big underdog, only 7 and 6 against the spread. So I don't know, man. If you have thoughts, I'd like to hear them.
I mean, the reason you would back the Steelers is just the same thing we've always said. Like, this is the spot to back the Steelers, but they just did win a game though. Normally it's the opposite, right? They lose and then go on the road and they're an underdog. I just know the Lions are like 15, 20% worse than last year, right? They're not as good. Injuries and the coordinators are not as good. So I don't know, but the Steelers numbers are bad, dude. Like, this is not a good football team.
This is a fishy one to me.
I think we stay away.
I would be very happy to.
Okay.
As soon as I was like, all right, Steelers, it's like, look, that just doesn't feel good. Man, we just saw this number tick down. This is the Raiders at the Texans. The Raiders are 14. They were just 14.5. Maybe if we are interested in the Raiders, we could still take that.
Excuse me?
I mean, they are the right side here.
They are not the right side.
I unfortunately think they are the right side.
Buddy, they are very bad.
I know, they're really bad.
Are they gonna shut out 2 games in a row? Possible.
No, I mean, this is just like we shouldn't do it, but this is just like every single thing we know about betting. Texans just put up a 40-point week. The Raiders just got shut out.
But it just hasn't been that way in the NFL for like 2 years. Let me tell you the last 8 Raiders games, the points: 0, 29, 7, 16, 10, 14, 17, 0.
Yeah, let's not do it. Like I agree. This isn't the same old NFL anymore. But all the sharps are going to be hitting the Raiders. That's why the number just moved. We are not sharps, as proven by our record. So we do not have to take our medicine.
Did you like that? You like that? What I said in the speech about our record?
Yes. Yeah. What was your joke?
I was like, thanks for you're our number 1 listener. Blah blah blah. I appreciate you sticking with us, even though our gambling record stinks, like something like that. I don't remember. It was impromptu. I made an impromptu video. I don't remember exactly what I said.
Yeah, you did great. Yeah, okay.
Hopefully everyone cheered for me when my face came on the screen.
Everyone loved it, and I saw the video, and I was like, this wasn't on the group thread. How did I miss this?
Your girl texted me when you put us.
I realized.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I guess I won.
Yeah.
All right, 3 games left.
Okay.
2 games left. Patriots at Ravens. Ravens laying 3 points in a line that I think surprises people. Do you have a side here?
Patriots?
No way.
You like the Ravens?
You like the Patriots?
I'm sort of just like anti-Ravens. That's
yeah, fair.
The Ravens just played a Bengals defense that's historically one of the worst of all time and scored 17 points in offense.
Yep. Did allow 0 points on defense.
Well, sure. Yeah.
I think I mean, I've been a big not believer in New England this year.
I know.
New England also, I think people have kind of missed the Milton Williams injury has been huge. Their run defense has been one of the worst since I think week 8. Just a team that I think just people don't really understand because they beat Buffalo 2 months ago. This is just what Baltimore does. Like, they win games like this at home late in the season. Lamar Jackson famously now everyone knows he has not lost week 15 or later in the regular season. I think this is just going to be like a cold, loud, physical game where the Ravens are just going to show up and just pound the ball and take care of business. I just feel like it feels kind of clear to me, but if you don't see it, I'm
putting the maybe. I don't have a ton I like, buddy. That's fine with me. If you love it, I'm going to put in the maybes. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
No, it just doesn't feel like the Ravens go down here.
I do like the last 2 games, but we can get into those too. So we'll see.
Okay, well let's put them in the maybes. The last one is.
Oh, we have 2.
Am I missing one?
We have 2. We have
Oh yeah, I just scrolled past it. This is earlier in the afternoon. I went to the Sunday night game, so back up a step. The Jaguars at the Denver Broncos. The line is 3.5 for Denver.
Moving better at 3, buddy.
Oh, you like Denver?
Yeah, dude, I'm all in on
Oh,
Denver.
interesting. Okay, tell
Um,
me.
well, I mean, I've said for a couple weeks now that I think that they're the winner of the AFC, right? And we just need a little bit better Bo Nix, and we're getting a little bit better Bo Nix. I mean, you couple that with their defense, they're just going to be hard to beat. Now they are due for a loss. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games in a row. Like they are due for a loss. Don't get me wrong. Um, but the flip side is Trevor Lawrence on the road in a big game in Denver. They've been the Chargers, the Cardinals, the Titans, Colts, and Jets. This is neither of those teams. None of those
That is
teams, Matt.
correct.
3.5 does worry me. This was 3. And maybe I'm getting over my skis here because Denver won and a lot of money will be on Denver, I would imagine. I'm not backing Jacksonville in this spot. 3.5 would be more inclined to back Jacksonville, but there's zero trust in a Trevor Lawrence game on the road like this.
It's fair. I think Jacksonville is like a sneaky, pretty good team, and Denver seems to play every game that comes down to like the last possession.
Yeah.
So the number's kind of annoying, but I wonder if we can get an alt line here.
For what it's worth, the money is on Jacksonville.
Interesting. Let's see. We could.
There's like no threes, man, right now.
Yeah.
I looked.
Yeah. Okay. If you let's certainly advance it.
But
the
the thing is, we can't take 3.5. It's been 3 for most of the week. Like we just can't do that. That would be irresponsible.
And we're not cowards. We're not going to take minus 150 with 2.5, right?
Well, okay. Here's the thing, though. This is my like. Well, I probably shouldn't have this take, but there are places that offer half point adjustments that would allow you to make this game a little bit different, and would allow you to example. Like I'll just bring up an example here. You could take Denver -3 -122, for example, would be something that is available to do on the internet. By the way, Matt, DraftKings is coming out with a prediction platform for California.
Really?
Yeah, it launched today. So you can download DraftKings predictions in California, and it's like the same as the other prediction markets. You can bet on games. So there you go.
Wow. I will be downloading that momentarily.
Yeah.
How exciting.
You can't do North Carolina because we have actual. The thing about prediction markets though too is that the juice is much better. There is no juice, I think, right? Because you're technically betting against someone else. All right. One more game left. While you look that up, I'll just get right to it. Niners favored by 5.5 at Indianapolis. I want to fade the Colts again, man, in like the worst way, Matt. But this is just, I just can't do it. 5.5.
Yeah, I think it's the Colts here if you're playing aside, despite it being Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers is like 5 to win comeback player of the year. Did you watch him actually play the other day?
I actually watched a lot of that game. Yeah.
He went back to 650 now, right? On DraftKings. Okay, good.
Huh. I mean, he did not play well at all, but
No.
he was like competent is not even the right word. It does feel like this is going to run out of gas, but the Colts defense looked really good.
I wonder if that's just a 1 game sample where they play much better because they knew they had to.
Interesting.
That sometimes happens, right?
Buckner coming back, I feel like was just so huge. Like,
I'm looking at the MVP market on DraftKings. I mean, DraftKings, and Stafford last night was like minus like 3,000 at one point. It's back to like 225. He threw for 450 yards on the road. Why is he? He should be minus 8,000. No one else is winning this award. So that's only the one, dude. I'm gonna be so pissed though. I have that great number on Schlesinger to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's like 40-1, and the Seahawks safety. I can't pronounce. Yeah, he's been slowly like creeping like back into the picture, and he got hurt last night.
He did.
And his name wasn't really called at all last night, which I think helps me a little bit. But like, Schlesinger's been 1,000 times like better than him. Like he should win this award. Like it shouldn't even be a question. And it's after last night, it did move more into Schlesinger's side. So that's good at least. But James Pierce is down to 9-1. What are we doing? I know Schwarzenegger's on a bad team. The guy has like 150 tackles. What are we doing? Dude, these awards markets, I despise them to no end. I freaking can't stand them. They just make no sense to me at all. Schwarzenegger has 133 tackles this season as a rookie.
Well, that's insane. It's insane. People get bored, so
10 TFLs, 2 interceptions. He's gonna have 150 tackles this season as a rookie.
That's really ridiculous.
All right. So no. I think Niners. I would not be surprised the Niners won this game by 14 because the Phillip Rivers can't do anything down the field. All right. We have 3 yeses. I think Chargers, Panthers, Titans. Okay.
Chargers, Panthers, Titans.
You really like Baltimore, right?
I do like Baltimore.
Okay. So that's our 4th. Denver's out. So
Denver,
Commanders,
Cleveland, Washington are the 3 I have left.
We have Steelers, Browns, Commanders, right?
Steelers are out. I can't do it.
So so it sounds like we're doing Cleveland plus 10.5.
Oh.
when that game is 31 to 4.
No. Why don't we? What about Washington? I would rather take Washington than Cleveland.
Let's do Washington then.
Right. Okay, so we've got Mariota, Bryce Young.
When you're as bad as we are, it's just like, okay, whatever. We'll just like take whatever.
We're gonna go 5-0 one of these weeks. It's gonna happen before this end of the season, and we're gonna be like, what did we do differently? I will say this week was the first week where I felt like we were kind of far apart on a few. Like the last 3 or 4 games, we liked different sides, which maybe bodes well because we usually are pretty much in lockstep.
Yeah. NFL's been the Rams covering last night. I was gonna just like quit watching football altogether.
You want to give me some playoff picks?
Yeah. So,
big weekend.
Yeah. So I like Oregon to cover 20.5 against James Madison. I don't know why this number has not moved. To be honest with you, it doesn't make any sense to me. Oregon this year has been an 18-point favorite or more in 7 games this season, Matt. I believe it ends up being 7 games. They covered 5 of the 7. One game they didn't cover, they're up 34-0 in the 4th quarter, and Northwestern scored 2 touchdowns to cover that game.
Wow.
So should be 6-1. Another game they didn't cover was in a monsoon at home where they won by 14, and their quarterback didn't play the second half in a monsoon. 40-mile-an-hour winds, like rain sideways. They've just won and covered all these games this year. I don't think JMU is going to score. Actually, I think that you could take on DraftKings JMU under 8.5 points is plus 200. I think if you found a JMU like under 1.5 touchdowns, like I think all these are playable, and they're all playable. I don't think they're going to score any points. You can take a shutout. Oregon to win a shutout 10-1. I like Oregon. I like Oklahoma tonight, which if you're not listening to this, too late on that, but I like John Mateer tonight over 13.5 rush attempts as their quarterback. Remember in college football that sacks count as rush attempts. Doesn't make any sense. That is the system. I do think that Miami is going to win, but the number was like 4, 5.5-ish a couple days ago. Can't take 3 in my opinion. I do think Ole Miss will cover 17.5 against Tulane. Any last words, sir? Any fun plans for the weekend?
Watching some football, doing some Christmas prep. Your tree must be up, and it's got six days. It'll be gone in 6 days, right?
Yeah. Well, so my wife and family are going to Whistler on Monday. They will not be here for Christmas. My wife has tasked me with taking the tree out.
It's a big responsibility, Geoff.
I might just not do it. I'll have her do it when she gets back.
Good luck with that.
So we're recording this right now. It's almost 1 o'clock. Well, it's 1 o'clock Eastern. There was a bowl game today at 11 o'clock between Kennesaw State and Western Michigan. It's in Myrtle Beach. It's played on Coastal Carolina's teal turf. Nothing screams college football more than an 11 a.m. bowl game on teal turf between Western Michigan and Kennesaw State. It's 34-0 at the half too, by the way. So nothing screams bowl season more than that. Are you how are the Terrapins doing in basketball this year? Are they good?
No, they're not, but they're building something.
Oregon stinks at basketball. We're bad. Ooh.
Buzz Williams. We're big Buzz fans.
I've decided that if the Chiefs can't win a Super Bowl this year, that's fine because Oregon can just win the championship.
Hey, that's a good trade. I
Buddy,
hope that happens.
I will take that. Dude, you have no idea. If people think I'm insufferable now, certainly possible. Wait till Oregon wins the championship. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. All right. Any last words? Anything else?
No, man. Thanks again for your speech. And yeah, if you're
Are
still listening, you definitely need to register for the Duckies.
Have to talk about next week offline because there are games on Christmas that we probably have to cover. So
there sure are.
We will not be back on Friday, presumably next week. We will see what Matt's schedule looks like. In my schedule, we'll find a time to get together and get our picks in for you guys. I know Hank sent over that text about Tuesday, Friday. I didn't realize it was going to be because we have to get the 3 Christmas games in, right? We have to.
I mean, we don't have to recap them. I think there will be other outlets, but we can certainly talk beforehand.
Yeah, we probably need to, no, not recap. We got to talk. We might want to include like them in our picks for the week because the Chiefs are hosting Denver. Like, what are the Chiefs going to give us next week? I'm going to fade the Chiefs every week I can.
These games should all. I mean, what a weird slate it is on Christmas.
Well, because everyone got hurt.
Yeah, Christmas Day.
Daniels is hurt and Mahomes is hurt.
Yeah. Vikings Lions, like that'll be another just disgusting one.
Can't wait to order my Chinese food on Christmas. Just living the dream.
Beautiful.
All right, everyone. We'll be back on Tuesday this week. Back to Tuesday with Gabe, and then we'll be back at some point next week with Matt and I. Probably, I would imagine, has to be Wednesday, depending on your schedule, Matt. Depending on the schedule of our fine producers. Congratulations, Matt, again for winning Employee of the Year. And also go to Blue Duck. Is it blueduckmedia.com for the Ducky Awards?
Blueduck.media. Yep.
Blueduck.media. Vote on the Ducky Awards. Can I nominate myself for an award?
What award? Which one do you want?
Best podcast that no one listens to.
Dude, people are listening. We're making dollars. It's happening.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's happening.
I'd like that. I'd appreciate an update on that. That would be nice to throw your boy a text message. Progress of our podcast. I think I don't know if you're in charge of that or the head boss in charge of that, but throw me a text message would be nice. All right, everyone, enough blabbering away. I hope you guys have a good weekend and watching ball. Talk guys next week.